Wow, 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 wow. We are here. We are here. Baruch Hashem, Hoidil Hashem. I can't believe we're here. I cannot believe we're here. To see Ari
Yo,
in the What a Day headquarters in Brooklyn, New York.
what's nice. Oh, that's like a bisschen so. Get a little bit more water day in the frame instead of my beet pollen over there.
I barely
Let's
get
see.
to I barely get to see you in the What a Day headquarters, and especially now to see you there is mind boggling. This
Okay,
is the
so I
front.
could say what I could say. What I want to say, and I'll explain. Yesterday we didn't do it because I was in heavy transit. I was going through a lot of interesting stuff. I could say it took me 36 hours door to door, longer than Australia, times three than regular way. I could say it was surprising to me. This thing was booked like from 1 second to the next. Somebody pushed me very much to do it. I was advised by two very experienced people not to say out in public exactly the route for the right reasons. And even though there's so many things going on status WhatsApp, it doesn't mean anything until it hits officially LinkedIn and officially YouTube, and especially when Baruch Hashem, we have an audience. I'm not risking anything. I'm not talking about it. You guys can guess in the comments. Please tell me welcome home in the comments. I'll take it gladly. So yesterday I could not make it. There was no way I'm doing a live wherever I was, and it just wouldn't work. And I'm saying thank you for your patience, thank you for your loyalty, and only in these circumstances I would cancel a live. Otherwise, bad mood, bad weather won't stop us. Mi'at Hashem. So I'm very, 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 very excited and delighted to be here. It's surreal. It's Bama surreal. I did vlog about it. I do have a whole documentary of the way, which I will release as soon as things calm down and stuff. Even though it would be 10 times more popular right now if I would have given it out right now, and I know it, but I'm not going to do something that's not right because I just want to live my life. It's harsh enough for me to sit here while knowing that in Israel, guys, vata for sirens and running to shelter, which that topic I can talk about forever. I could talk about the surprising Shabbos and Eretz Yisrael. I could talk about the sirens. If you want, you can ask me questions about that.
Right. So let's just recap. So first of all, whoever's on live, please be so kind. Right. Welcome back. Right. Good to see you, Ari. Show some love. We're very excited to have Ari back here. That's number one. Number two, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that we didn't have the show yesterday. So that's what Ari was explaining why we did not have the show, because everybody knows that Ari was in Israel. But why we didn't have the show, people don't know. So he was in transit yesterday, and we're not going to reveal right now. One day we will, hopefully, Mitzvah the right time.
Very soon. Very soon.
Yes, so tune in. Make sure you're following Ari's status. Make sure you're following this live show, not to miss out any exciting updates on that. Well, what we're going to dive into now is how was Ari's trip? How was Ari's trip to Eretz Yisrael? Because obviously there's something going on there, and we'll hear firsthand. And if you didn't see it yet, I did see some things that you posted, but let's hear firsthand. Tell us a little bit how the trip was. How was the recordings of the What a Days that we saw a little bit live, and then what happened when you were supposed to leave?
So, by the way, I was scheduled for Thursday. I was supposed to leave on Thursday. Everything would have been fine. But on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember, somebody booked another episode of What a Day and convinced me to stay till Friday morning, which I didn't know was an option. And I booked my Friday morning flight. United Airlines, I was so excited that there's a flight. When my father would have made Kiddush and I left that morning, I would have still been on the flight. Like, it was a weird thing that I never done before. I would have landed 4 hours before this month. I think I told you that already on the live.
Yeah. Yep.
And on Thursday.
Yep.
And then everything should have been fine. I was davening that the flight should go relaxed in a good way, and we should come on time, and I should come on time for Shabbos. You're gonna shower, walk into Shul, and that's it. And at Thursday night, we finished filming about 1 a.m. in Tel Aviv, which is supposed to be an hour away from Yerushalayim. We drive back in the dark. There's this huge katim, what do you say, traffic. Real traffic. They're working on the road. I'm not sure. We're sitting parking lot out of Tel Aviv on the way to Yerushalayim, sitting on the highway for a long time. We finally make it home about 3 a.m., something like that. I get organized to go to sleep, and I realize that I'm running to the airport in 4 hours. I still want to make a shower, maybe daven nets. I don't have really time to sleep. I said, okay, I'll sleep on the flight already. In the meantime, I'll say good night to my wife in America. So I call her up and I say, listen, we have a few hours. I'm going to run to the flight. I don't know if I'll catch you. I just want to say everything was fine. I arrived. As I'm telling her these things, there's a siren. That siren changed the life for millions of people. For millions of people, changed their lives that time, changed their plans for the next who knows how long. And for hundreds of thousands of people in any other country and in Israel, canceled all their flights. Poof, just like that. My friend that traveled with me, came for the episode, was on the way to the airport. He calls me. I just arrived at the airport. There's no lights, no electricity, no nothing. Everything is shut. They took away the airplanes. They shut the airport totally. They shut the lights. And this guy arrived at the airport like mamish a few minutes after this whole lockdown. He didn't know a thing.
Someone traveled with you.
Someone traveled with me. No, we traveled for the same purpose. Meaning, one of the episodes, one of the days, I had 4 in total, Baruch Hashem. One of them, somebody came from here. He has an organization that covers Israel and America, and we were filming stuff in Israel, and he came for that. That was that full night, Miron and stuff. So I was on my schedule. He was on his schedule, but he was supposed to leave 4 hours before me. He left was 6 a.m. supposed to leave, and he arrived, and the airport is out. And I'm like, okay, Dios dana dagas, Yichomana dagas. You know, we're both we want. We would like to solve this together, but obviously we can't. We're 2 different flights. I'm telling my wife as we speak, okay, there's a siren. I hope they don't cancel my flight. 5 minutes later, literally, the news is full. Everybody should stay home. There's no flights for the next who knows how long. I'm like telling my wife, okay, I don't think I'm being home for Shabbos. Let's plan this out. It's Friday morning, Thursday night in America. And my kids were already excited. Okay, I don't really like talking about it. Definitely not publicly, but it was a challenge. Okay, my kids were like, Tati's coming home for Shabbos. And that was the first hit. Then I realized I don't have a Shtrammel, I don't have a Bekitchen, I don't have Zotten. In Belz, we needed Wasser Zotten for this Shabbos because it was Shabbos Oflim. My parents live in Belz good. So if I would walk out of the house, I need Wasser Zotten. And I need Shabbos shoes, which I didn't have.
Wow.
So
honestly,
I did not know. No.
Honestly, that's one game. That's one game that you have. I mean, that we have. It happened. It has happened in the past that people got stuck for Shabbos or whatever. They come back, but the difference is over here, you can wear whatever you want. So you give a dashik, and the guy is a pair of sneakers, and perfect. So I was like, when I was thinking about that, I'm like, oh, now he's gonna wear a better style. I'm like, And I can't be telling me like there's a over with Vasuk, and I'm like, oh yeah, you bet.
No, I was in Belz. So if I would have been in any other place in the country, which is not a fremme Gegend, meaning it's not a fremme, it could be fremme, but not Hasidische Gegend, I could have gone I could have gone anywhere. I forgot my Schmata Bekitche, the one I used for the Seder. But I knew if I want to walk out of the house to Minyan, anywhere, even not in a Belz shield, it's in Belz. I need to put on. It's like being in Shtetl Square, walking out of the.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that. It happens so much times also. Then I'm like, last second, the Bekitche didn't fit me or the Shtrammel, whatever, and I'll need to borrow from someone. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going without the Shtrammel Bekitche.
Right. So, Baruch Hashem, the Shtrammel actually.
We saw that.
Weiner Stramler gave me this jukebox, beautiful, beautiful piece, which I'm considering buying for myself. I'm writing it down. It was just so beautiful. Wow. It was actually a Regenstrammel, but it was more beautiful than the regular Strammel that I wanted to buy. That's my opinion, my humble opinion. And it was lightweight. It was jukebox. So at first I felt weird going into shit like that, but I didn't have much of a choice. But people were complimenting me about it, which was funny. It's a borrowed Stram. He just borrowed it to me here that I got stuck in this. Then I put on a Bekitche for my brother. It was fine. the gartel, the Polish gartel was falling down the whole Shabbos. I didn't know how to handle that. And then the Vasa Zocken, my father gave me, and he had some old pair of shoes, Baruch Hashem. It worked out. I felt funny, but it worked out. I went to Shir. So I had a very nice Shabbos. I was exhausted from the whole week. I was planning to sleep on the flight, which I didn't get. So I went to sleep throughout the Shabbos. Again, Shabbos over. There was a kiddush, and there was this and that. We started to see the Shabbos morning like 3:30 p.m. So I got like pockets of sleep here and there, here and there. Mm-hmm. And then Shabbos was over, and I'm like running to the news, like, okay, maybe they'll open up. You know, El Al has the chutzpah to have flights in harsh times, you know? And it says nothing before Tuesday or Thursday bookings. So my travel agent, my cousin, he already put me on every single available flight. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He knew that they're probably going to keep canceling, and he's going to at least have some kind of gehalten. Wow. Then I arranged already a computer with Rabbi Stefanski's episode, which Alavai, Heilige Bashefa, listen to this podcast, listen to this live, and help me finish Rabbi Stefanski in time. In 2 days from now, they're starting Bova Basra. It usually takes me 2 to 3 weeks to edit an episode. They're starting Zura.
By the way, I'm still organized. I'm still considering it.
You should.
Considering it.
Take upon yourself only the first 4 daf. Do something.
I had a question. I know we're going a little off topic, but when doing the daf, like when you're saying doing the daf and you're talking with their belly, does that mean like listening to his shir, or it just means even learning to myself the daf?
You can learn to yourself as much as you want. I myself personally, I'm not misigel to learn myself Gemura. It's very hard for me to open the Gemura itself. I've spoken about it publicly first time now on this episode, just because we spoke about it on the live already?
Yep.
Oh, we spoke about it. Okay. So I myself would never do it by myself. Also, if you're doing it by yourself, why not do it with a belly? You can do it on speed too, but seeing those charts, when I say charts, it doesn't mean the boxy thing that you remember, start Ruben, Isaac, and Abai on the other side. No. His charts are alive. It has characters. If he's speaking about Uraman, there's like a whole AI personality like Uraman, and then there's the Gvir, and they all interact with each other. It's not charts, it's AI movies that he does for the daf. You're gonna love it. And you can do it on any speed, and you can pause anytime, and you can continue whenever you want. And the email, I just love it. I really, really love it. Maybe I should put in the comments the link to sign up with him. But it's absolutely amazing. And Avodah Zarah is a good opportunity because it starts very easy. So I really know that giving out this episode in this time would be mamash a bigger gain for Klal Yisrael, for me, for the Hebrew Shir. So I really want it. I'm trying, but it's a lot of work. So I'm still teeth in the middle. So I was set up. I was sitting with my computer there. I was editing away, and this guy that I have spoken to, that came with me, he didn't have any place to be for Shabbos. He was stuck in the airport with 0 plans. He ended up going to one of his donors in Herzliya, which is not a from city at all. That's a donor, it's a sponsored donor that he has. He landed by his house for Shabbos, no plans, and he was there. Now, Motzei Shabbos, he started doing anything to find a way out because he doesn't have family. He's sitting and eating matbucha. It's not the ultimate. I was by my parents. I said, okay, whatever it opens, it opens. In the meantime, maybe I'll do. I even have 3 new leads for more episodes. I even had a podcast lined up to do in Israel. I was like, okay, I'm getting into the mode. I'll be here 2 weeks probably, so I'll do my thing.
I forgot about that you have your parents there, and I was like, I thought for sure you booked a hotel. I'm like, oh gosh, where's he going to be now?
I was sitting by my parents. I had a blast. I was set up. I had my computer. I had my hard drive. Everything was set up. And he started calling me that he found episode way, and he heard it works, and he has to have it with me because I'm his buddy. He was calling me every 5 minutes. First, I told him, yeah, I'll see. I thought last month he's gonna fall off. He didn't stop. So I called my travel agent, but my travel agent was still America. He was still sleeping. So kind of Sunday afternoon is only when I got my first answer from the travel agent. He told me, buddy, before 2 weeks, you're not getting out of there. El Al already canceled everything for 2 weeks. So before 2 weeks, you're not getting out of there. When somebody tells me before 2 weeks, and he's the travel agent that always finds bookings, he's probably 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. And then I had a thought. I said, okay, if I'm going to be stuck here for 2 weeks at least, maybe 3, and know that I had this opportunity with this guy to book it, I'm going to regret it so badly. So then I really considered it. And within 3 hours, I was just in a car. I left. So I just threw everything into the rental. I didn't take any food with me. I had cookies and pretzels. That's all I had for 36 hours.
Yeah, but you sent me that picture. Remember you sent me like a picture middle?
Yeah.
You don't even know what I was thinking. I don't even know if I should say that. Like I was thinking, like maybe your phone got hacked.
Wow. There was times that I was mama shivering, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I came to Newark, and they were questioning the other guy. I don't know. I'm scared to start talking because I'm gonna talk away my way. So I'd rather leave this maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 days, whatever. It'll be very soon that we can talk openly about it. But I'm really, really so relieved being here. The hug that I got from my kids today morning. I wish every single viewer over here, from the depth of my heart, you should experience it. You should understand the value. When I down chakras today in a Psapuk Shield, when I down chakras every day, it had a new meaning. It had a new appreciation. I went to the coffee station. I had a coffee. I was like, wow, I have warm water and coffee. It was such a blessing. We don't appreciate our lives until Chas v'Shulam, even parts of it is taken away. And then we should appreciate a house, a wife, a kids, a bed. We have so much to appreciate.
You should just know. I'm thinking now, as you're talking, there, I remind myself of lines or things that I heard from you that impacted me forever, but I don't even realize. But as you're talking now, I'm remembering after October 7th, you got up there and you said that you went and you hugged and you kissed every single one of your kids. And you tell everybody, go and do it. Because who knows? I'm thinking now, since then, I hug and kiss my kids differently. And I'm remembering now, it came from when I heard you saying that.
Wow.
So then I was like, oh, come on. But then I'm
in our minds, we don't even realize. We think so. If we would have a debate with ourselves, we would take it off right away. But if we think that we have at least 100 more years, we don't realize how in a second, things can change so drastically. I don't want to say stuff, I don't need to give ideas, Chaz v'Sholem, but my shver is 2 years younger than me. My shver was nifta when he was 36 and left 8 kids. I'm 38. And so many digmos of stam. Even just the fact, let's say somebody's stuck in a country that he can't get out of, Chaz v'Sholem. Even if you're busy with work, find time, by hook and by crook. Appreciate your life more. Say a bruch shtat. You know how I said today shahakol on the coffee? You know how I daven shachris today? I should daven shachris like this every day.
Right.
I should.
Right.
We all should appreciate more life. We don't realize. We're sitting here in America. The sirens. I didn't talk about the sirens at all. I didn't talk a minute about the sirens. Every few hours, there's sirens that goes on. There are people that take it more serious. There are people that take it less serious. Are you still there? You froze. I can't see you. You totally froze on me. I don't know if you're still here, if you can still hear me. If you can, maybe you should refresh your page and come back in. I'm going to continue discussing the sirens. I did not know what it looks like, but when the sirens goes on, there's people that get nervous and there's people that don't. Most of the time, ironically, when everybody gets a text, right? It's just like a flooding in New York. It goes zzz, zzz, all the phones at once. Your mom is like, it's a small. He fell out, so probably he's refreshing his page. It's like a small earthquake when everybody around you, zzz, everybody has the phones, and you know that within 10 minutes there's missiles coming in or drones, whatever you call them. And ironically, all the Buchim run out of shield. All the Tatas run out of shield. And they start watching the drones coming in and the interception. It's a very interesting. It's a very exciting. Let me see what Isaac is writing. 1 second. He's writing something. Lost connection. Okay. I hope that I'm not talking to the wall. Trying to reconnect. Let me ask him. Oh, there he is. There you are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfect. Wow.
So you think that it kept going? It was still live the last few minutes when I spoke?
So I got a notification. It said, "Oops, lost connection," and then I was still hearing you, but you were frozen. I was like, "Okay, fine, that's fine."
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, boom, I got booted out.
So the question is if we're still live or not. How can we find out?
We're live because,
we're
first
still
of all, no. First of all, oh, okay, someone saying hi. Hey, I remember him.
Okay.
Now, I still get the option to click end stream. So if someone's here live, could you say hi or live? There is one comment from someone that I believe that I worked in the past. So there's another thing because on my YouTube channel, being that it has the word West in it, it goes West. So
Really?
yeah, so we got like a different type of crowd also.
It off?
Yeah, listen, you said now we're a real channel, right?
Wow. That is so interesting. So let me just say, in case we're still live and everything, I was explaining that ironically, everybody gets a buzz. Everybody, you heard that part, right?
Yeah.
So ironically, everybody runs out of Shield to watch this rocket show. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I also watched it, but on the Sunday night, I think there was 2 direct hits into Shields. And there was a direct hit in Bat Yam, which killed people, but everybody that made it into shelter did not get killed. And another story. So people started taking this serious. So now people already go into shelter. But I myself, including thousands of people, did not go in. So Shabbos Banach, after davening, there was sirens going on in the davening, but we didn't hear. There's thousands of people in the davening, we don't hear anything. I walk out of Shield. My heart was pounding because of the booms. The booms are so loud, their interception when they hit. In the sky, we saw a couple tens of drones and things flying, and you see the boom, and you see stuff falling down to earth. It is very scary because if it falls on us, we're toast.
So
And
because one time you were showing how tons of missiles were flying and there was no siren.
Right. So it could be 2 things. First of all, it could be I missed the siren. It could be that it's far enough from my immediate area, although it looks close. On the phone, it looks close. You see it close, but it's above a different city. So there's no sirens in my city. That also could be. I'm not sure what it is. When you see that on Friday night, there was much more. But there was no phones then. There was no footage. I was together with thousands of people in Bells, but Shabbos Ofriv, standing outside. Wow! Everybody's screaming from excitement. But my heart was pounding because these blasts, they're like, boom. They're so strong. You can feel them in your stomach. It's these missiles are like 25 meters. I think it's like almost 50 feet long. And it's like a bus on fire, longer than a bus. I don't know how 50 feet back. and the blast is so loud, and the pieces that fall are so large. It's really dangerous. So the logic behind these people, they say, listen, if it falls anywhere, I'm anyway dead. So I might as well be, it's a small chance. But it's a big chance, happens to be. And now people are taking it more serious. I'm glad I'm not there because I couldn't. In my parents' house, there's no safe room. It's still very old. My parents' house is more than 40 years old. So there's no, more than 40, it's like 45 years old. So they didn't build safe rooms yet. So the safe place is the staircase. And squeezing in a small staircase with all my bells and neighbors, not me. So I wasn't running the shelter. I apologize. I wasn't. I'm sorry. So it's good that I came back. I couldn't have do that game. It's not for me.
So let's say what would happen if let's say you heard it while you were in Bells over there. What happens to all the thousands of people there?
So
Everybody runs.
the shield itself is much safer. It's a very big concrete structure. It's very safe. Ish. And again, we believe that the Bells roof covers the entire Bells. We truly believe that. So we're not so scared. Bam is there.
Good.
But the Rebbe, there's supposed to be a wedding tomorrow in Bells. Humongous wedding in a stadium, and everything is canceled. They're doing the wedding, a very small crowd in a bombshell, in like a safe room. They told everyone, all the shtiblach in the whole world, to have just a live footage, live screen, and stay home. Everybody stays home. The Buchum stay in yeshiva from a safe room. So they limited this wedding to like no people. From 1 minute to the next. Friday, everything was ready. And now 4 days later, there's nothing going on. So, yeah, it's very interesting. I think we did good. It's 26 minutes. I'm still a little tired. Still want to try to finish the Rebelli. If you have any questions, you can always comment below. Maybe on my LinkedIn page, I can answer you later. Right. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at the same time.
Neder, I'm looking forward to that. And what a day from Rebelli, because I'm starting to get inspired. Maybe we could do some type of
commitment. For 4 days. Try for 4 days. See what it does to you.
So when does this? It starts on Friday.
On Friday. No? Well, you can already start today. Your 4 days can start today.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward. I wanna see it, and you never know. Maybe we'll do some type of commitment for the daily live show. It'll be some nice to mix in some Rochnius commitment as well.
I'm really open for it.
Yeah, that would be a Kiddush Hashem. And Mitzvah Hashem, yeah, we'll see everyone live tomorrow. Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be back to the regular time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific. And today we started a little bit earlier because Ari obviously has a lot to say. So we got a little head start. And also, I got to hop off a little early today. So we got a little early start, but don't think it's going to be this time every day. Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow will be back to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to seeing you all. Thank you all for that joined live, and thank you all that are going to watch it later. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.